Bonjour et bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Bienvenue. Playoff Beards. Okay, so my buddy Ryan Christensen here with me. The guy, he's like fourth in line. I believe it's fourth in line for the Canadian Crown. Is that right?
Well, I guess it depends on where you sit. Do you sit
Yeah.
third or fifth?
No, I sit in Winnipeg. My opinion does not matter.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if to consider this the season finale of Playoff Beards, to consider this the season,
summer.
The season could be the season premiere. This could be the season premiere.
It could be the summer break.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see what happens. Unless something happens or whatever, we could always come back
absolutely
talk about stuff. But we're here. So last time we wrapped up the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I can tell you, I still sleep pretty good.
You probably slept. You're sleeping like a baby, knowing what has been done.
Yeah, waking up every 2 hours and crying. That's a John McCain joke. I think he said that every stump speech he ever did. So yeah, so we're a week out. So in 1 week in the NHL this year, the Stanley Cup gets handed out, the draft,
it's been busy,
and free agency,
and the awards,
and the awards. You want to talk about the awards quick first?
Oh, no, because it was a joke.
I'm not a huge fan of any kind of award shows. The NHL's isn't great, but I'd rather watch the NHL awards than like the ESPYs, which is awful.
That's fair, but I mean, even what they try to do this year with the comedians and all this other stuff, I'm sorry. Go back to the way it was. Black tie affair. Hi, Adelia.
Yeah.
Black tie affair. Ron McLean, as much as we all maybe like or dislike him, says the winner. Winner comes up, does a formal speech, and we're done.
Yeah, that's
Not this crap with comedians and fake beards because, I want to look like a hockey player that's played in 4 NHL rounds.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Or Brett Burns. Or Brett Burns.
Oh, that's true. And yes, Adelia, you are right. Nate McKinnon rightfully won the MVP awards.
100%. Yeah. I think we were all on board for that.
I don't think there was any
award as well. The players in the zone, in the league or whatever, also said no, he was the best. So can't.
He was.
You can't deny him any of that.
I don't think there was any awards that were very much debatable with who won.
I heard a lot of crying before the actual award got handed out for Hellebuck winning the Vezina. Hellebuck has won. He wins the second Vezina trophy, and there's still people that don't give him any respect. He won 31 of the 32 first place votes. The other one placed him second. And I'm sure that was a Vancouver beat writer that put him in second.
Oh, that put Thatcher Demko up front and said him.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. As far as I'm concerned, you could have put Hellebuck you could have put him in the MVP discussion as well.
Yeah. Well, I think he was. I think he was finished sixth in MVP voting for a goaltender. Not too bad. It's a good damn thing that they don't consider the playoffs when considering these awards, because he had another historically awful playoffs, one of the worst of all time.
They're regular season awards, and that's what they are.
Well, that's it. I think we've talked enough. Yeah, Nathan McKinnon.
Okay. I think that's really all that needs to be said, is that he's a well-deserving winner of both Hart and Ted Lindsay.
And the Ted Lindsay. Yeah, Ted Lindsay important just because it's the only one that's voted by the players. So there you go.
To me, that's more important. Absolutely.
Let's go on to the draft quick. And I say quick because this is probably the most boring draft I've ever seen in my life.
I'm quite glad they're going back next year to their war rooms, and you're going to have cameras, Because did I think that the Sphere put on a spectacle? Absolutely.
It
was a great
cool. That looked cool.
It looked awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. That's like between that and what was his name? The guy who got drafted third, Seneke?
Yeah, Seneke. Yeah, it's the only reason why I put 3 draft picks down here at the start. Martin Seneke.
His facial expression when he was like, holy shit. That was fantastic. I'm glad that they captured that because
this kid should still have been picked 10 in the top 10. It's just that he went third that he got all surprised about. I guess they never even talked to him or something like that. I guess they were surprised he'd be there. Maybe they thought for sure the Hawks would take him. Just a big guy that could have played with the Calder Trophy winner this year.
I think once we get to the free agency, Hawks did okay with who they grabbed.
Yeah, they did okay. I don't think anybody did great. Like honestly, okay, yeah. Well, we'll talk about a couple things. We'll just talk about who the Hawks did pick up. What's his name? Levshinov. That huge
Levshinov.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. So we'll have to deal with that for a little while. Tija Ginla didn't quite fall to the Flames. Utah.
I was sad to see that he went to Utah of all teams.
The former Yotes. Well, his dad didn't start his career with the team that drafted him. That's all I'm going to say.
That's true.
He was drafted by the Stars, and he went over in that huge trade. Stars won the Cup. Flames have Ginla. Oh, should have won the Cup. Actually, did win the Cup, but they didn't have replays back then. So what are you going to do? I didn't cry for them either.
1999, Brett Hall. Gotta love him.
Yeah. I remember Ginla and who's the guy who was the Tampa captain at the time fighting in front of them. That was
Dave Andrechuk.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm thinking of that Vincent Lecavalier. Lecavalier.
Lecavalier. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lecavalier came after. That's right.
Okay, you're an Islanders fan. You guys picked up Cole Yzerman. Different spelling. I was kind of like, what? An Yzerman? Yeah, this is a different spelling of it.
It's not Yzerman, as Clinton said.
Yeah, Clinton would still say Yzerman. So, one thing about Yzerman is that he kept tumbling down the draft. He was rated much higher. What you guys got is an absolute pure goal scorer. Not on the same kind of level as a Patrick Laine. Patrick Laine coming out of juniors.
Coming out of that draft,
drafted him was like the shot, Laine shot.
He was the most pure goal scorer that came out of that draft.
Well, yeah. Not the best player. Yeah, I think
he's not the best player.
Yeah, but yeah, that shot, like it was being compared early on to Ovechkin's and stuff like that, especially for the power play. And this is where Yzerman is going to help you guys. Is 100% on the power play. You have to have him out there, even if he's a third liner, fourth liner, just to put him on that power play just for the shot.
100%.
It changes things so much. As long as you have guys that can get him the puck. That was always the problems with Laine. Just too slow to get the puck over. Especially after Buff, when Buff wasn't playing and stuff like that, just trying to get that puck just took so long.
But that's the thing. You could have the most purest goal scorer, off the stick. It's not even just gone. But you have to have you have to have the right people to be able to facilitate to that player.
Yeah. They need a center that can get him the puck. They need defensemen that can get him the puck. He basically just needs to get the puck. His release looks really good.
It did.
From a one-timer looks really good. He has I think a deceptive looking snapshot as well. And you see a couple of highlights of him just getting into the slot and where he can put the puck.
Oh, absolutely.
Low and glove side.
That's yes. But that's the thing. Like if you look at a lot of the elite scorers, a lot of the elite power plays, they have that player that you can put up at that kind of that high circle area.
Yeah, play his off wing. Playoff wing just for the one-timers and stuff. Yeah, 100%. And then the thing is, if it gets stopped, if those shots hard enough, there's probably going to be a rebound. So you just crash the net. You need somebody to get in the puck. You need someone to be in front of the net.
You like to think that you have somebody like a Zach Hyman or whoever who could stand in front of the net and get those garbage goals.
You need garbage 100%. Goals in this league.
Huge
problem with the Jets just not doing it. It drives me bananas. Like, guys, like, it's still a simple game. Get in front of the net and be tougher than somebody. That's it. The Jets don't get a pick until the second round because they traded for Sean Monahan. Which worked out in the regular season.
It worked. I was surprised. I thought you guys would have re-signed him.
Here, I'll talk about that when we get into the actual signings and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. I'll talk about Sean Monahan. So we get Alphonse Freya. Now this kid, and it's like you could say with Yzerman, very gifted offensively. This one is a defenseman though. Could skate like the one. I think he was ranked the number 6 skater overall or something like that. Like, he has great wheels. Problem is, he is a defenseman. He's not maybe the best defensively, but they keep saying you can't coach offense, but you can coach defense or whatever. So we'll see what they can do. The Jets, not always the best history in that, but except for Josh Morrissey's turning into a Norris candidate. He's getting into that level now.
But you also have a new coaching regime coming in, and you know what? Things could change. Things could be different.
I was going to say, like the Jets won the Jennings Trophy. They allowed the least amount of goals in the season. Big reason for that was the guy who was between the pipes for so long. But like our defense, like we re-signed Dylan DeMello. And people are wondering why you spend that much money on he's like 20, I can't remember, he's 29 or 30 now.
29.
Give him 4 years, close to $5 million. Why you do that? Well, he was plus 45. So he had the second best plus minus in the league. But not a lot of people give any credit to plus minus and stuff like that. So they have goals scored 5-on-5. He ranks 7th, at 33. And he's only making less than $5 million, considering what some players got on Monday and what some players got even just today. But
I also think too, like even if you're in your early 30s, longevity is still there
as a defenseman. Like I would say a
defenseman for sure. Like I don't understand like these people. Once you hit 32, you're past your prime, or 33. Yeah, but they're also on the back end of their contract at that time of that time of the year in their contract. They're on the back end. So if the deal was structured properly, they're not paying as much then. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why would they draft so many goaltenders? Goaltenders are currency. If you can get, like, the Jets have all kinds of goaltenders, and the only thing they did on free agency really is get a couple backup goaltenders. If you can grow goaltenders, it's a wonderful thing to have come time where you need to trade one of them, because
exactly that's exactly what it is. It's draft capital, it's trade capiple. That's what this is.
Look at Eben. Well, maybe Skinner's turning it around. Maybe he's got the confidence through the playoffs and stuff like that. It's a whole different thing in the regular season. But then you go to the Leafs. You can go with Montreal. You can go with all these teams that need goaltending. So that's why you keep them. If you have the opportunity, and if you scouted them, so why not?
Obviously, especially like Edmonton. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, especially late in the draft, like Hellebuck was a 5th-round draft pick.
Well, yeah, like I mean, even if Edmonton had, if they have a goalie or two that's coming up the pipe, or a goalie even, they have the ability to buy out Jack Campbell, which they did. Buy him out. See you later. Yeah. Like $5 million or whatever it was they paid for him. It was a bust, but at least they have the ability to do that because they have draft capital in goaltending.
costs a little bit towards your cap, but for the next year, but a huge saving on the current year for sure.
100%.
Okay. Enough draft. Yeah, the Jets. Well,
the draft was the draft. Like,
yeah,
like from a talent standpoint, it was a down year.
Yeah,
I don't think there's really besides maybe the first, Celebrini.
Yeah, he'll be a franchise player. He's not generational, and certainly won't be legendary and stuff like that.
He's
but
not a McDavid.
He's going to be a very good piece. A very good piece for the San Jose Sharks.
But
as long as they get a different GM.
That's right. Oh yeah.
It's pretty easy to draft someone like him.
Mike Greer's got to go.
Yeah.
But I would think like most of the talk for the draft would have just been the presentation.
Oh yeah, that's it. Like just to see what they did and stuff like to be in the place, I guess, was incredible. Just seeing it on TV was pretty nuts as well. All right.
It was.
Some new. Okay. Just one trade that facilitated some things. Sergachev getting traded from Tampa over to Utah, opening up some cap space. Then, on the eve, basically, of free agency. So you're thinking, oh, okay, they're gonna sign their captain back. They're gonna get Stamkos back. Then they make a sneaky little trade with Carolina,
and they get Gensel's rights.
Gensel's rights. They then decide to give Gensel 7 years and $9 million each.
$63 million.
$9 million for Jake Gensel.
This is where I am going to have.
But he's a winger.
This is where I'm going to have a massive Ryan rant right now.
Very good. All right.
Because I am so disgusted with the way that Julien Brisebois and the Tampa Bay Lightning have gone on and dealt with their captain, not only their life, their soul. I'm sorry. It's not Kucherov. It's not Hedman. It's not their goalie. It is Steven effing Stamkos.
He was the face of the franchise for sure.
And you're telling me, now this started this started way before this. This started last year during free agency when they didn't even come to him and even ask about a qualifying offer or an extension.
Yeah.
And then Steven Stamkos is like, you know what? You're not even going to talk to me? Shame on Tampa. Shame on Brisebois. Shame on anybody who was affiliated with that. I'm so disgusted. I'm pissed off. I hated Tampa before. I hate them even more now. I hope they all burn in hell.
Oh,
I hope they don't make goddamn the playoffs for the next 2 years. You invest $9 million in Jake Gensel. I hope he gets to 25 goals because he's not going to gel with Kucherov. He's not going to gel with Hedman. He's not going to gel with any of them because he's not Steven effing Stamkos.
He seemed like the glue. He seemed like the glue for the entire organization. Had the dips and stuff like that. Went through the good. He came in just at the end of the ride or whatever with
Gensel will never be.
Gensel
will never be what the power play is with Steven Stamkos. He can never be like that. He never was like that.
No.
He was always Sidney Crosby's little, I'm going to stand in front of the net, and Crosby, much similar to the way Zach Hyman is in Edmonton. I'm not saying Jake Gensel is not flashy. Jake Gensel is one that stands in front and puts a stick down, and he's always had somebody to facilitate him to redirect the puck. You're not going to get that now in Tampa. You're not. And for them to sit here and say, we're clearing cap space, and I understand Sergachev because you wanted to re-sign Hedman. I get that.
That one we got. Yeah, that's it. And giving him what was it? How much did he get?
He got $8 million.
Yeah, Hedman $8 million a year. That I can see.
I understand
that's your number one defenseman. You give him the money.
He'd be a number one on any team in the league, Hedman.
And only 4 years. It's only a 4-year contract. That's not gonna hurt. That's not gonna kill you. That's not a buyout contract.
But to sit here and you start hearing details about they offered Stamkos an 8-year deal only at $3 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? That's the respect you're going to give your captain. Your life. Give me a break.
Yeah, I will say with that, when you're talking about giving him an 8-year deal, $3 million annual average or whatever, I think the most of the money would probably be up front. I think that's a contract you do so that you can circumvent caps, and that it's going to get bought out towards the end of it or something. Or if they don't, it's only worth $1 million cap or whatever.
I still think that's disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's not great.
That's not how you know what? I hope Steven Stamkos and we'll talk about free agency with teams that have done well, and we'll obviously talk about that. But yeah, I hope he goes out and he gives them the big old F you. This is what you lost on. And
well, I don't.
Again, I don't. Well, no, I don't think Adelia. So. and Adelia, who's in our chat, probably doesn't want that either.
Yeah.
But in the same token, it's just that is such a disrespect and a kick in the junk to somebody that's been your captain for I don't know how many years now. Led you to what? 2 cups, multiple runs. Yeah. Multiple runs, and that's how you're going to treat this person.
Former goal scorer.
You know what, Brisebois? F you.
Yeah, well, he wasn't a Brisebois guy, right? That was Brisebois was the guy that came in after Eisman decided he wanted to move back to Detroit and got to take credit for some of his glory. But yeah,
but you know what? If Brisebois thinks that Gensel is going to be a better fit than Stamkos for more money and longer term, is absolutely asinine. He needs to be checked for drugs.
Oh boy. Well, it's Florida. I guess Florida can get to people. I just wanted to bring up the Stamkos contract with Nashville. Like probably the first contract announced and stuff like that, because
it was because he basically had it Friday night.
Yeah,
he had it Sunday night.
Yeah, 4 years, $32 million, the exact same contract that Hedman got. I think this is a very good contract for the first 2 years. We'll see what the next 2 are.
Well, you know what? Barry Trotz is not a dumb man. I put him way past Julien Brisebois. I don't care what Brisebois' his resume is. Brisebois is an idiot.
Yeah.
So, but I think Trotz realizes.
I think Trotz is a way better coach. I don't know about GM yet. He's only done it for 1 year.
Well, I think we're seeing it now.
Yeah, especially with the Tennessee being on the same level kind of playing field as a Tampa, with the being a no tax state, a warmer state. Well, it seems like a state that people want to go and spend time in.
It was easier to draw. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah,
and I think it wasn't just the move with Stamkos. I think Trotz basically has told the team hey, we got permission to spend. You re-signed Saros. You got 3 big free agents. You still have the team that you had from last year, which I think that was a team that was more than capable of beating Vancouver.
They were a team that took a while to get going. It was like that. I won't say like this the year that St. Louis won. But in that same kind of vein, where it seemed to really take some time for those guys to get things together. And when they started getting things together, they looked pretty damn good. Those last couple months of the season, they were pretty tough.
I think Nashville's going to be a top 5 team this year.
Ooh,
top 5.
Okay. Well, yeah, they're paying money for it, so they're sure thinking so. Signing their goal tender as well just before free agency, giving him
great move.
Yeah, 7, something like that. So yeah, for 7 years.
It's a lot for UC Saros. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot for
you can't. Yeah, like again, you can't find number one goalies in this league. So like the Jets do the same thing. They pay Hellebuck 8.1 or whatever it is for 8 years because you have to do it.
You have to. If you get a goaltender like that, you have to pay them.
And they bail you out of so much trouble, especially if you're the Jets. Defensively, I think Nashville's a little better. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, yeah, but the Jets lost, a bunch of defensemen this year. What are you going to do? I'll talk about them in a bit. We'll talk about them in a bit. Yeah, go ahead.
So we just jumped right into the free agency. Obviously, sorry. Like, it was my rant, and I wanted to do it. But is there another team like? So I've obviously put Nashville as a winner. In
Nashville would be a winner.
What's your thoughts? Like, is there any other team that you think has done enough or done more?
I'm just looking at the teams that have done work. And
Edmonton, like, really, have they improved their team?
No, like everyone say, like, I saw some ridiculous idiot say this is the best top 6 in the Oilers history and stuff like that. It's like,
realistically,
are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?
Exactly. Like, realistically, what have the Oilers done that's made their team better? What they went out
got a guy that got
Victor Arvidsson?
Yeah, come on. They're paying him $4 million a year.
And you think he's going to be a suitable winger for Leon Draisaitl? Come on.
I think he's going to be on the fourth line. They go and pick up Jeff Skinner bought out. So they grabbed the corpse of Jeff Skinner for $3 million. They have all this money is up front. All the money they're paying everyone is up front. Now you can do that. I guess when you have guys like Bouchard and stuff like that you grow.
They're on decent contracts.
Decent contract. Skinner, if he can replicate what he did in the playoffs for an entire year, it's good. I think they re-signed Calvin Pickard as well to back him up. So there's familiarity there. But all these guys are getting older. Draisaitl, they got to do something for him before the trade deadline, right? They got to get something locked down. You can't.
Or are they going to treat him? Or are they going to trade him? Or are they going to treat him like Steven Stamkos in Tampa?
The thing is, with Draisaitl, you would get the absolute world back. Stamkos is a shame because they let him go to free agency and he basically walks for free. You lose this franchise player for nothing. They're not going to let that happen.
So if they can't get a deal done, then they're going to have to trade him. No offense or buts.
They have to, but what do they get? So they can get so much.
Well, but they
have to. The contract isn't bad. It's $8 million.
Yeah, but what is Draisaitl going to command? He's going to be what, 12 to 14 million? I'm assuming.
When he becomes somebody's number one center for the next 8 years, for sure.
Can Edmonton pay him 12 to 14?
No, but with like him and McDavid are best friends. Like this is on the ice, off the ice, best friends.
Yep.
Does he take a number? 11 million or so. McDavid's contract comes up in 2 years. Does McDavid come down a number? He's at the 14. Does he come down to 12.5 or something like that to help facilitate keeping Draisaitl?
Okay, so we're gonna say that McDavid is like LeBron James. He's going to waiver money to create a better team.
Is McDavid, if he goes to the States, if Connor McDavid goes to the States, does he make more money? Depending on the state, I guess, of course, for tax reasons. But like for sponsorships and stuff like that, does he have the same kind of sponsorship deals in the States where nobody knows his face as you get in Canada, where he's a household face? You know what I mean?
I think the way that the game is growing, he might even be bigger in the States.
I don't know. I just don't see it. Hockey is so hard for anybody to get their foot in the door and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know. Like
it'd always be that kid from New York that beats up and tries to beat up everybody from behind. But we have the MVP of the league.
in Nathan MacKinnon in the States, he's not the face there either. Nobody really knows that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like Nate McKinnon has the Tim Hortons and stuff deals up here, but he doesn't have anything in the States.
But
nationally, anyways.
I don't think McKinnon's on the same when it comes to the. I'm going to say the exposure level as McDavid in the States, which is very sad to say because they're both out of this world players.
Yeah.
But I just think McDavid is he's a generational talent where McKinnon, I don't think, is at that level.
Yeah. Tough to say. So I've been going through like the lists of all the signings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly can't pick a winner. The Predators, sure they did good. Like especially like I said over the next couple of years, but things have done it so crazy.
There's one team that actually has very, very much impressed me with and it's not just the free agency. It's what they've done since the end of the year, and that's the New Jersey Devils.
Sure.
I've been very impressed with how they have gone about their business. Very low key, under the radar. You solidified your number one goalie by getting Markstrom.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden
he's aging, probably not worth that contract, but much better than you had.
He's still a number one goalie in this league, which is tough to get.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Wolf was pushing him up in Calgary, but much better than him. Yes, and they're only paying him for 2 more years.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you go out and you get Pesci in free agency. You get the other big defenseman. I can't remember what his name was.
Oh, you mean Brendan Dillon from the Winnipeg Jets?
Yeah, Brendan Dillon, another good, solid defenseman. And then you get somebody from
another
Carolina,
guy on the positive side of he's 33 years old. Give him a 4-year contract at $3 million. I don't 3-year contract at $4 million. It's a lot.
I think Jersey has done a great job so far.
I think Jersey underperformed heavily last year. They were shit.
Yeah,
they were shit. But
they had no goal.
They had nowhere to go. Yeah. The weird trade at the trade deadline to bring in like Jake Allen and stuff like that. They get Capo Kakinen from San Jose. Capo Kakinen. And now
there's one. Yeah, and now a Winnipeg Jet.
Now he's going to be fighting for the backup spot with Mike Connery, the other person we brought. We got 2 free agents. Well, and then we re-signed Colin White.
Mike Connery, I thought he retired from the league years ago.
No. Yeah. When I say
but he was a Jet
are a bunch. Oh yeah, it was a draft of the Jets. He's been with the team. I think this is his 4th stint now with the Jets. He keeps coming back. He considers it home and stuff like that. Like his dad is the guy that owns the Brick, just so you know. And he's Mike, and he's Mike Comrie's half brother. So his sister-in-law for a long time was like Hillary Duff or whatever his name. So there you go. But everybody absolutely loves this kid. Like all the players, to bring him back is something for the room, especially when they lose. They buy out Nate Schmidt, who's a great guy, but a bad contract. Bad contract.
It was a bad. It was.
You can't pay him $5 million. So they buy him out.
You still have to replace him.
That's the problem. So that's a reason why you re-sign Colin White for $1.5 million a year, whatever. You have to depend on some of these guys that, like Ville Heinola, has been stuck in the AHL forever. He's not waiver exempt anymore. He has to stay up, and I think he will. But all the tests, you got to push down Neil Pionk. You got to get rid of Neil Pionk. Here's the deal.
Yeah, Pionk. Yeah, he's a 6'7" guy on any other team.
He's a 6'7" guy on our team, but we have to play him in the fucking 4th spot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's so terrible. He's especially in the playoffs, just so bad. So, anyways, so we got to depend on him. Elias Salomonson, another rookie, was playing in Sweden, but I doubt he gets past the Moose kind of level. I think they want him to get him up to speed in North America first.
Develop.
So there's other things that got to be done. We got we got to re-sign guys. Like Perfetti's got to get re-signed and stuff like that. I thought back to free agency. I'll bring it back to the Jets in a second.
Yeah, fire away.
Jake DeBrusk gets paid.
Oh, Vancouver decided to give him the old mighty Canadian dollar.
Yeah, he gets 7 years over there. He's getting what, $7-something million a year. Well, so 7. Sorry, yeah, he's getting 7 years, $38 million. So he's getting $5-something million a year.
They had to do something.
He's a 19 goal scorer, 50 points. That's what that gets you, a 7-year contract.
But the thing is, though, if you actually looked at the board, once Gensel was gone, he was the next best option.
Ugh.
And
that's why you gotta hate free agency day, just to see.
Oh, for sure.
Poor players getting paid ridiculous money, bad contracts and stuff like that. So the Jets actually did very little. I'm not upset about at all. It's like
that's the same with my Islanders. Like I could be sit here and pissed off they didn't do nothing because a lot of teams in the Atlantic did something, but they didn't.
You guys did some stuff. You got Anthony DeClaire. He's continuing his tour around the league.
Are you kidding me?
But 4 years for Anthony DeClaire.
Why? Yeah, because they were
$3.5 million.
I see the list they were on, and it was the big names, and then all of a sudden it's like you pivot from that to Anthony DeClaire.
Yeah.
Like we lost Sebastian Aho, not the good one.
No, the defenseman.
The defenseman, not the good Sebastian Aho, but we lost.
Where did you go? Pittsburgh, I think.
Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, because Kyle Dubas has got to try to keep Sidney Crosby happy, which is not going to happen.
What a job he's doing. What a job.
Oh, it's a phenomenal job.
Whatever.
But free agency was what it was. I mean, it was. It was the most money ever spent in one day in free agency. It was over $1 billion.
$1 billion. It's like the NHL thinks it's Chelsea Football Club.
And the funny part was salary cap only went up $5 million. It's not like it went up 20. It only went up 5. So I guess a lot of teams had money to spend, and a lot of teams I don't want to, like, we can sit and talk about Toronto. I don't care. They did their thing. They've made their bed. They're laying in it. Yes. What to get Tanev and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, good on you. But it ain't going to improve your team.
Well,
you got Stollert. $875,000 for Matt Murray. Christ, I'll be Matt Murray and make that and do absolutely nothing. I'll sit on
no kidding.
I'll sit up in the press box for $875,000 a year. That's what
they go get Joseph. They re-sign Joseph Wall too. Then they go get Stolarz.
I don't mind that actually.
Yeah, but I just don't understand the Stolarz part. When do you want Wall to be the guy? I guess you want to go tandem.
I don't understand. Like I understand the 2-year deal because it's job security.
Yeah, that one you get. Yeah, I don't understand. I will never understand 6 years for Chris Tanev. I will never understand a million years.
Nope. Not when he's already not when he's already 35 or 32 or 33.
33, I think. He's going to be 30. That thing runs till he's 39 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
They got OEL. They brought him up. They give him 4 years and stuff like that. So on paper, and if it was 10 years ago, the league the defense score looks pretty good. If this was 10 years ago, what's it going to look like this coming year? The next year?
No.
You're paying these guys that much money?
It's going to be slow.
Yeah. And the goaltending is still Anthony Stolarz is going to be the difference. Joseph Wall.
I think if Joseph Wall gets hurt, Stolarz is better than what they had than Matt Murray.
Yeah, or Ilya Samsonov.
Ilias. Yeah. Where did he go? He went to Vegas.
He went to Vegas.
What a loser.
Speaking of Vegas, let's talk about Vegas. Cut throat.
This is the first time. This is the first time we could say that Vegas has actually lost.
Yeah,
in anything.
They've regressed with this. how do you let Marchessault go? He's one of the misfits, like an original guy. You've won a cup with him. He was like a leading scorer.
It's because there comes a certain point in time when you shoot yourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
When it comes to signing all these players and doing the LTIR bullshit and all that crap. Mm-hmm. Now it's coming back to bite them in the ass because they have nobody on LTIR, so they have all this cap that they got to get rid of.
It's unbelievable. They still have Eichel.
Good on
Eichel again.
All these Eichel's down. Yeah, I know. They're all in the downhill swing.
Yeah, and then I guess in McCribben's press conference, he was talking about players outplaying their contracts and stuff. It's like, yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, you don't think he can just pay to his contract? You don't think he would take a little less money to stay in Vegas? Come on, like how much do they actually work to keep him and stuff like that? I think,
it's I don't know. It's a joke.
I don't know.
It's a joke.
Yeah, whatever. Carolina still a bunch of work.
Carolina lost a lot on their back end.
They lost a lot in their back end. They won't pick up the ghost of Ghost, Shane Gostisbehere. They give him $3.2 million a year too.
It was whatever. Well, I mean, hey,
I don't mind the Sean Walker pickup, especially at that price. I think
Sean Walker was a good pickup. That's a good pickup for Carolina.
A right-handed D,
which is
played in Philadelphia, the poor bastard. So re-signing Jordan Martinook is good. He's a real engine guy, character guy. Jacob Slavin, 8 years.
He's earned it.
That's what you got to pay him, I guess. $51 million isn't so bad.
Well,
you know what I mean?
He's one that he's a two-time Lady Byng winner. Two-time Lady Byng winner. Like the man just knows how to play hockey.
Yeah, they pick up Tyson Mills.
and now I think it's Neckish is staying. I don't think they're going to get rid of him.
Martin Neckish?
I think they're going to do what they can to keep him there.
I don't know what they get rid of. I think they'd love to keep him. It's just when you're paying, your back end that much and stuff like that. I don't know. Hey. You got to take it from somewhere. I'm looking. I just keep going through stuff. Things that just blow my mind. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't even the one I wanted to bring up. The top of one of the top. So the Jets lose some players. Okay. You were mentioning earlier about Sean Monahan. Sean Monahan goes to Columbus.
Of all teams.
Because he really wants to win. He wants to. So he goes over there 5 years, $5 million, or was it 5? He's getting $25 million or whatever. I think 5.
Yeah. It's like 4.5 or 5.
Yeah, something like he's getting more, 5.5, I think. So, this guy has had one good year this past year where he played all 82 games. He has a history of injury problems. The problem is he's 31 years old and he's slow and getting slower. Now, where the Jets had him when he was very good in Montreal, though, too. He got a lot of points from Montreal, who had nobody else. Then he goes to Winnipeg. They had a second-line center. He looks good there. The problem is going to be with us is him keeping up with everybody, especially as we go younger on the wings. Like Brad Lambert is coming. Brad Lambert's coming. And he's going to be the fastest guy in the league. And somebody's got to get him that goddamn puck. And someone's got to keep up with him. Someone's got to give him an option in the middle.
It is not going to be Sean Monahan.
You have to. That's why you're thinking maybe this is why they didn't go pick out a center or something like that. Maybe they move Brad Lambert to his natural position at center because then he can just go up the ice as fast as he wants. Or you have to wait for a Cole Perfetti or something like that.
Maybe Winnipeg looked at the offer Columbus gave him and laughed and said,
"Well, I think the Jets were in there. I think they like him. I think especially
but he's not worth him. He's not worth $5.5 million.
Not for that long.
Not for the term.
Not for that long. We're already paying next year $5 million in dead cap space.
There you go.
It's better than the money that we'd have to pay if guys are still on the team. Considering one is Blake Wheeler, who's probably done. I don't see anybody picking him up, and then Nate Schmidt, who got a job today. And this is the thing. I think it's a good pickup by Florida. They're only paying him $800,000 because he just got paid out.
Well, he just jumps in where Oliver Ekman-Larsson was.
Yeah, and he's a great guy in the room. Like,
great dude.
No one is ever going to say a bad word about Nate Schmidt. They were going to say $5 million for a guy who can't stay in the lineup because he's getting healthy scratched. As a veteran, not great. But yeah, you can go to Florida and you can enjoy the sunshine. He also has like hockey tape business and stuff. He's fine. He's gonna like it in Florida with the no taxes and the sunshine for sure. That's his kind of place.
I know I would.
Yeah. Oh my God, Florida though. Let's see. Yeah. So I was gonna say the other thing with the Jets, Tyler Toffoli, one of the first. Oh, like we talked about Hedman going out early, or not Hedman, Stamkos. Yeah,
he went to an even worse team than what freaking Monahan went to.
He goes to the worst team in the league in San Jose. They pay him $6 million a year for 4 years,
and he's like, "Thank you."
Yes, of course he did. It's like, he got his cups. He got his cups with Los Angeles. He's like,
he don't care if he's on the worst team in the league. He's getting $6 million for 4 years, living in a beautiful sunny California.
Well, yeah, still San Francisco, but
cooler, sunny.
He has to live. He has to live near Ferris. So, anyways, so yeah, yet another great bit of business by Mike Greer. GM of the year, Mike Greer.
That man needs to hand in his GM card.
No, I think I don't think the San Jose guys really care right now. So I saw the Kings why they would sign Joel Edmondson to a 4-year contract of $15 million to score no goals, to score nothing, to not get a single point.
Unfortunately, that's the day and age that we are in now. Like it's term. Yep. Term is what gets you players.
Warren Fogla goes from Edmonton over to LA, 3 years, $10.5 million.
Yeah, for a guy that scores probably 10 goals a year.
And here's some of the crazy stuff. Okay, so Seattle, like Washington State, is now an income tax-free state.
Yeah.
They make two of the stupidest signings, I think, of the year.
What, Brandon Montour?
Brandon Montour at 7 years, 7+.
7, yeah.
Brandon Montour, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And Chandler Stevenson at 7 years, almost $44 million. So Chandler Stevenson at $6-something million. Brandon Montour at over 7.
7, yeah.
For what? What are they giving these two that much money for? It makes no sense.
No one ever said it had
Were
to
they
make
these
sense.
2 pieces away? Are these 2 pieces? Are they thinking with the rise?
No.
Like Chandler Stevenson? How long is it until he's their third line center?
No, but a lot of it is probably more than a year, probably. Yeah. But a lot of it is just, now you can go back to your fan base and say, hey, we're doing what we can to improve our team. That's all this is. That's all any of this is.
Theater.
It's teams. It's theater. It's teams going back saying, hey, our fan base, yes, you said you weren't happy. Look what we did.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, you guys are making an effort. Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
No, it's all theater. It's all just smoke and mirrors. That's all it is.
What do you think of with those things? What do you think of Sam Reinhart and his contract? 8 years.
I'd be very. I think he at the perfect time.
Because 57 goals at the perfect time.
But
scores 27 more goals than he ever did before in the perfect time. I
don't think he'll ever duplicate that.
No.
I think at most 30 to 40 goals is Sam Reinhart's kind of wheelhouse, which, you know what? If you get a 30 to 40 goal guy, is that worth what he's getting? Maybe.
Yeah.
In this day and age in the league. Hey, so I don't think it's a bad contract. I just don't think he's going to have a season like he had this year again.
No, I think it's a fine contract, especially for the first 4 or 5 years and stuff like that. Kachuk's still there for 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Florida's
still going to have a good team for the next 3-4 years.
And they still won't have to pay income tax, and it'll still be hot down there, and you'll still get all the American kids that want to go play there. So, yeah, right. they're doing 100%. Fine. But it's still a cap. They still have to fit everybody in somehow, even though they don't have to pay the taxes that a lot of other teams do.
You're not wrong.
Yep. I'm just looking at, like, why would the Leafs sign Max Domi to a 4-year, $15 million contract?
Because it's the Leafs. Like, what more needs to be said?
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Like, whatever. They signed that for a third-line center who potentially will probably play on the top or second line because they have nobody else.
Senators are in some trouble. They want to make some moves. They pick up David Perron for 2 years and $4 million per. Whatever.
And they give up Chikrin for
they trade
the other defenseman.
For Nick Jensen, and they got a 3rd-round pick out of it as well. Chikrin on an expiring contract, so that's them trying to get what they can. I don't know why they didn't just wait till the trade deadline. I'm sure that it would have been a little more money. Maybe they're afraid of the downward decline. Maybe they tried to get him now.
Steve Stamkos obviously has his own way of thinking.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Red Wings. Really didn't do much. They signed a couple goaltenders.
Couple goaltenders, Kane for another year.
Yeah.
Chicago did okay. They got Bertuzzi and all that.
Chicago did a lot of work to surround Bedard with people who've been there and stuff like that.
But I don't think it's anything that's going to get them.
Brassois is going to be goaltender there now too. He was very good as the backup here. He had a pretty good. He had a pretty good team in front. I just don't understand. Like, why give Tyler Bertuzzi more than $5 million a year? Why would you give Tyler Bertuzzi more than $3 million a year? But 4 years, $22 million. Like $5.5 million for Tyler Bertuzzi.
But do you also know what the common denominator of what you have said all night is? Why would they do this?
Yeah,
why? People are crazy.
They'd be crazy.
Montreal giving Slafkovský, whatever the hell that kid's name is, 8 years and front loading his contract. The kid hasn't done nothing.
Yes. Like, he still has a year left on his entry level contract. And then to give him 8 years.
Let's see what he does next year.
He's a 50-point guy. He scored 20 goals and 30 assists this year.
At best.
This is what he's big.
Oh.
He's 6'3", 230, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Well, we got Canadians talking hockey. What else are we supposed to talk about?
Hey,
we can talk about the weather. It's cold. It's cold here.
It's winter here. It's winter here 9 months of the year. Come on.
Yeah, it's always winter. The land of perpetual winter. A little bit of news. Okay. That's I guess we should because Adelia talked Drouin resigning with Colorado. Colorado not doing a lot of work. They're I don't know what's going on with Landeskog. I can't wait to see that show that's coming up.
I think it'll be interesting.
Primus producing and stuff like that because they're going to follow Landeskog. I'm thinking that they're going to follow him up to the time he announces his retirement. But we'll see. And we have a certain guy saying,
jeez.
Yeah. I think that guy's from Alabama. So what are you going to do? Alabama famous for its hockey. So
famous for its smarts too.
Bruins. Okay work. I'll never understand.
I don't mind.
Zadara.
I think he fits in perfectly with Boston Bruin hockey. Yeah. I don't mind it.
The magnifying glass is going to be there already, though, with Marchand. Like, they already have one. Why would you want another? It doesn't make any sense. They're not winning. They're not winning. So what are you going to do? He's just going
to be Chara Jr. That's all he's going to be there. Chara Jr.
All right. Bit of news. Before we go, it's shit news. So, in their wisdom, and you called this, by the way, Monster. In their wisdom, they allow Stan Bowman, Joel Quenneville, and Al McIsaac to come back. Now, they're reinstated. They're allowed to come back. Does anyone actually give them a job? Besides Edmonton. Edmonton is the one place
I think Stan Bowman's going to be Edmonton's next GM.
100%. I think you're 100% right.
I think Edmonton was just Jeff Jackson's just waiting for
they re-signed Corey Perry too. They re-signed Corey Perry. Like, it's just everything's falling into place. Everything's just falling into place for Edmonton to be the massive shithole that I've always said it was.
So everything that I've heard and that I've read is that there is multiple interests in both Stan Bowman and Joel Quenneville throughout the league. The other guy, I haven't heard much about, but it wouldn't surprise me. But they are going to be back in the NHL sooner rather than later.
I'm trying to think of where, because you got to be able to hide them. You got to be able to hide them in a place that no one's going to give a shit. Like, the only thing
to me, Joel Quenneville, Columbus head coach, done.
That would be
bury him in Columbus. Done.
They got Ken Holland's going over where, to Chicago, I think.
I don't know where Ken Holland's going. I heard that he wasn't coming back. I don't know where the reports of him going are.
Unbelievable.
Who? What the fuck is this? Oh my
God! Joel Quenneville to Columbus. That makes sense. Again, it's a market where you can't put him in. You could probably put him in Utah. San Jose, is that another place if they get rid of Greer?
Oh, sure.
Do they put Bowman in? Like, they can't put Stan Bowman back to. They can't take him back to Chicago.
Stan Bowman will be in Edmonton.
Yeah,
he will be in Edmonton.
It just seems like that they need a GM,
and it's a perfect place for him to just to go.
Where everybody's watching. That's one thing. You won't be able to get away with shit because everybody's watching.
Everybody's watching
all the time.
Yeah.
I doubt I'm sure he would say, like, thanks for the opportunity in Canada, but there's no way.
Yeah.
Like having the eye of Sauron on you the entire time you're alive.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay. Well, I wish we had better. Do you have any better news? Oh, they had this big announcement. Do you give two shits about the day that they announced the NHL schedules?
Oh no, I don't give two. Oh, about that one day where every team plays or whatever. Oh my! What the fuck is?
No. Yeah, they have that one day, the staggered day where all 32 teams play. Someone thought this was a great idea. Start a game every 15 minutes. I saw the Jets had the 8:00 start against St. Louis. So there you go. And but yeah, like, I couldn't care less when the season starts and stuff like that. Start earlier. That's one thing I guess that they're looking at now. That they said is they're going to look at starting the year earlier, having less exhibition games, and go to an 84 game schedule and just condense it a little more. So you don't have anything like this where you're playing a week before July.
No,
hockey makes no sense, especially when they do all these tournaments and stuff like that too. You got to give them something.
Actually, I will end on this. What do you think about the what is it, the Fantastic Four? What is it called there?
What?
The hockey? Fantastic Four.
Oh, that the Four Nations Cup or whatever they're gonna call it.
Yeah. Whatever. The Marvel animation of hockey.
Yeah, whatever. At least there's no Russia. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. I think all the teams look great. Like the 6 that they've already announced. It should be fun.
It'll be fine. Canada has no goaltending. It's probably going to be Skinner.
Yeah, okay, guaranteed.
Unbelievable. They can't put what's his name from St. Louis in there for any means. Maybe they'll have Mark. Maybe they'll. No. Maybe they'll have Marc-Andre Fleury on the bench or something like that, just so they can mic him up.
Maybe.
Ridiculous. Do you remember when the NHLPA, when the strike was going on in 2005, they had their teams, or they just had like players come together and play, like the ones that didn't go over to Europe. I think this is the same kind of deal. We'll be like, well, whatever.
There you go.
It's fine. Who cares? Waiting for. I guess they're all decided they're going to the Olympics, so you just have to wait till the Olympics to see real hockey, I guess.
I love how this clown doesn't know how to spell San Jose. What a clown.
Hosey.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a hoser. I'm a San Hoser, eh?
Pick off, eh? All right. Okay, so that's it. That's it for either the season premiere or season finale. Haven't decided. If something happens, if something earth-shaking happens, we'll come back, even if it's just to do a short one or whatever, and then talk about stuff.
That's right.
I love it. The syrup. Yeah, sure was the syrup.
Yeah.
Until then, Ryan, anywhere else you'll be?
No, sir.
Not a boy.
Just chilling up here in good old Ottawa, Canada.
Yeah, you'll be waiting in place on your chair just in case for the moment to strike. I knew it.
If I get the call.
Yeah, it's 100% prepared. As for me, I'm waiting for the Premier League season to start again for starting 11. It's actually going on right now because Ferris and Adelia have been covering the Copa America and the Euros. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have a show this week, but they'll be back next week to talk more about it. Maybe I'll jump on again.
Jump on and say, guess what, America? We got 2 words for you. Suck it.
Oh my goodness gracious! He's pulling out the DX. Let's see. Of course, LGRN after Snark weekends on the Entertainment Network. We've been talking the Acolyte and the boys, and just regular talking as well with Danny. We've had Adelia on in the last couple weeks. That's been fun. Ferris was on the week before as well. Let's see what else. Rewatchers Council. Every Thursday, that's when new episodes get released. That's our full 144 episode rewatch. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Adelia and I going live this week to talk phases. Yeah, goddamn right. I say that all.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Other than that, if we don't see you again until next year, bientôt. Playoff beards, everyone. I can't remember the French word for everyone. All right. Bye-bye.
Au revoir.